I assume you don't want to have kids, even though you seem like you would be a bomb mama. Well, thank you very much. I agree. Hey health nuts, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nikole, and today we're talking about assumptions, what you guys assume about me in particular. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I actually asked you on my Instagram stories for things that you guys assume about me. And today I'm gonna let you know if they are true or false. And I got some pretty funny ones. I got a lot about Matt and I, so I'm almost thinking of doing a complete separate one, maybe with Matt, about like our relationship, what you guys assume, because I got so many really juicy and funny ones. So I might hold those for a part 2. But yeah, I haven't really looked at them. I've screenshot a bunch of them so I can have them on hand, but I haven't really looked at them in too much detail. So I'm gonna be basically just answering these off the top of my head. So let's jump right in and I will tell you whether you guys know me better than you think, or I don't even know. Let's hop right in. All right, first one I have here, we'll start with an easy one. You're a clean freak. Now, Matt wishes I was a clean freak. This is actually false. A lot of people think that I'm super clean and tidy because they see, you know, this pretty clean background in my videos. What you don't see is the mess that's behind the bed right now because I didn't want it to look like a messy background. So I am like a wannabe clean freak, and I always call myself like a wannabe type A, but really I'm a B+, and I wish I was really organized and clean and like Matt sometimes, but also where would the fun be if I wasn't bugging Matt with my dirty dishes lying around and my mess tucked under the bed? Like, there would be nothing for us to argue about, really. So no, not that it's not like a sensitive topic, but you know, Matt definitely likes when I'm cleaner. So I'm trying to do more of an effort this year. You know, if I come into a room, I'll like grab something, put it away, and try to clean up after myself. But it's not like ingrained into me. It's a struggle to be clean. So I would love to be a clean freak, but that is false. One I got a lot of is like, you are super rich, which is so funny because I think there's this misconception that YouTubers have all this money and we just like rolling in it, and you know, our mattress is obviously stuffed with money, like duh. But it's such a funny assumption because, you know, Matt and I both came from really no money. We started just with, you know, school, working hard, saving up money. That's how we were able to live and travel in Australia and Southeast Asia for almost 2 years. And we've really just kind of built our own success from nothing. And I'm not saying that we are rich now, but we are comfortable. I feel like we are both financially stable. We're able to bring on a staff into the HealthNet team to help us out. You know, you guys may or not know this, but we do real estate investing on the side. So that's another kind of source of income that we, you know, invest a lot of money into, and it is a bit of a risk, but we believe in that so much, and it's just something that we're really passionate about. And yeah, and we're always happy to say that like neither one of us came from money, and not that we have a ton now, but we definitely are, like I said, financially comfortable, and we've worked really hard to get here. Okay, so this one here, you never went to culinary school or nutrition school. So this is true. I never went to either one of those. My background is in business marketing, and I actually took a couple of nutrition courses on the side. Now, the name behind HealthNet Nutrition, I know it can sound a little bit confusing, but the meaning behind it was the story behind it was that I was planning on going back to school to become a holistic nutritionist or something in that field. And I thought when I created the brand, I thought like, I want it to be nutrition because I'm going to be a nutritionist. But I realized that I was able to still share all these delicious recipes and healthy tips and stuff that I was learning and creating through YouTube and reach more people than if I just went to school and I was doing one-on-one consultations. So, you know, it's something I still would like to do in the future, but I'm really all self-taught, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't provide any professional advice or opinions to you guys, especially when it comes to dieting or anything with health, but I really just share my personal opinion, and I feel like the inspiration I give on my channel really does help and change people's lives. At least I get so many emails and messages from you guys, so I feel like I'm doing what I want to do in life without that education background, but like it's something I definitely want to do. I would love to go back to school to be a nutritionist and to be a yoga instructor. I just think it's so fun to always be just absorbing new information, learning, and those are things that I definitely would love to do in the future. But at this point, I don't have time. Well, really, maybe in the future I'll have more time. All right, this one here, you weren't popular in high school, but you had a group of very close friends. So in my high school, I don't know if there was necessarily like the mean girls or the different cliques. I guess, now that I think of it, I guess there was. There's like, the nerdy crowd, which like, guys, go for the nerds. They end up being the hot, successful ones, okay? Matt was a nerd in school. But I feel like there were probably, that might be bad advice to give people. But anyways, I feel like there definitely were, I guess, some kind of groups growing up in elementary and high school. And I would say I was one of those people that was like friends with everybody. So I guess I wasn't necessarily like the popular girl or part of the popular group, but I was friends with those people. I was friends with everybody. And I feel like that's me right now too. I have like different groups of friends and I just like to be friends with everybody. And I know that sounds kind of corny, but I just really enjoy meeting new people and enjoy social situations. So the more the merrier. And yeah, but don't get me wrong, there was definitely times where I struggled with making friends or fitting in school. It was not just all like everyone got along. But I feel like that's a struggle with everybody. And, and it's funny because looking back, it's such a short period in your life, but when you're in it, it feels like life or death if you're not like friends or you don't fit in with the most popular people. But like looking back, you're just like I love that I get to choose who I hang out with. It's not like I'm forced to hang out with this group of people that just happen to be the same age, living in the same town as me when I'm in school. So you get more freedom to choose your friends when you get older, which I really love. You never crave junk food. Pizza, Five Guys, shawarma. So this is false, guys. I'm human. I crave junk food. I crave takeout. There's nights that I look at Matt, I'm like, we need to order some pizza. Like I am craving that, or I'm craving ramen, or I'm craving, a hamburger or something. I definitely have certain options that I like to gravitate towards that aren't like too bad. But like if I'm at a restaurant, like we just went out to a restaurant last night with Matt's family and like I ordered whatever I want. Like I don't believe in a restrictive lifestyle. I believe it is it matters what you do most of the time and not sometimes. So I never feel bad about eating, a hamburger or a plate of poutine, which is like gravy and cheese curds and fries if you're not Canadian. And I don't let myself feel food guilt. The only time I do feel that is if I really don't feel good after and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have eaten so much, or I should have gotten a salad on the side. It's only because of how I feel, not like physically, not emotionally. Because I think even if I think there's a time and place for a greasy plate of fries, and there's definitely more times and places for a green smoothie. So that's kind of my philosophy with health, is like eat healthy, be active 80% of the time, but lose 20% of the time for like just living, guys. You gotta like enjoy a piece of bacon once in a while. It's not gonna kill you, it's fine. This one's funny. That you secretly don't like eating healthy. This is also false. I actually love eating healthy food. I think it's one of those things people think that you eat it, but you're really not enjoying it. I really do enjoy my green smoothies. I enjoy salads. I think it's important to mix it up and have fun with it. Like I don't enjoy every salad or every green smoothie. I think, play around with the flavors, change it up, get creative. But I think it's one of those things that when you make it a habit, it's like your body knows it's good for you and you actually do start to crave it. So it's just like you have to trick your mind in the beginning to change those taste buds or like to trick your taste buds in the beginning, because they have to adapt to new flavors. So, if there's like a streak of days where I'm eating out more and I'm just not eating healthy food, cooking at home, I will crave those healthy foods less. And it scares me. I'm like, oh, like I'm not craving salad. Like I just want to go out to eat. And it's this vicious cycle of, it's like if you're constantly eating like salty, greasy food, and that's like maybe not the healthy fats, your body's gonna like crave that because it is addicting. Sugar, salt, all that stuff is really addicting. So if you're consuming a lot of that, you're gonna crave that. But once you start to like remove that out of your diet, and put in the healthier foods in there, like instead of table salt, adding in real sea salt, instead of just white sugar, adding in like maple syrup and honey and stuff. There's other alternatives for so much junk food that we eat, or additives that are in our foods. And I really do believe, like I am an example that when you eat healthy food on a regular basis, you will crave it and you will enjoy it. You just got to stick with it until you actually enjoy it. So, you know, just pretend that you enjoy it until you actually do, because once you do, you will crave steamed broccoli, a kale salad, a green smoothie. I wake up looking forward to my smoothie every morning, or a bowl of oatmeal, or whatever it is, you know? So your body knows how good you feel when you eat those foods, so you end up really actually craving them. It's like your body knows what it wants. Oh, that you never get mad. This is true. I never get mad. I'm a happy person all the time. No, just kidding. So I'm a Portuguese woman. I have a fiery side to me, and I definitely get mad. I sometimes have short patience. I sometimes feel like I'm quick to react. These are all things that are like ingrained into my personality. Just as like a child, I was very just passionate, I guess. I'm gonna use passionate. And as I've gotten older, I've realized how to kind of calm that down and control it a little bit more. And I really do feel like, I am happy most of the time, but I definitely get mad. I feel like I get mad less, things that I've done in my life, people I surround myself with, meditation, eating healthy, exercising. Those are all things that make you a happier person, and you're less likely to get just like annoyed by little things. Stress is definitely something that you want to reduce in order to feel happier most of the time. I actually did a whole video on how to be happy. I will link that down below. I share all of my tips that I think are really helpful. They've been really helpful to me into being a happier person. So if you find yourself being mad all the time, or just like really like quick to react, maybe you need to watch that video and get some tips, because it's been a learning process. I haven't always been like this, but I'm really happy that I am a calmer person. I'm definitely one of those people that if I'm mad about something, like I hold grudges. So I've been trying to let that go a little bit, but it still creeps up in there. And like Matt knows, if he does something to like really piss me off, I'm like gonna be angry for a little bit. And usually I'll just have to like let some steam off by myself. But it happens like less frequently, but it still definitely happens. You use organic tampons. I love this question. I actually don't use tampons, but if I did, I would use organic cotton tampons, because what you put in your body, especially there, is a super sensitive area, and you don't want to be putting, like regular tampons are like bleached cotton, and they have like chemicals in there to help them absorb liquid, and it's just not something I want to be putting in my body. I actually use a Diva cup, which is a silicone cup that you use instead of a tampon, and I've been using mine for like years, like maybe 6 years. So yeah, but in emergencies, if there's been times that I didn't have my Diva cup or something, I've had to buy tampons or pads, I would buy organic, and I prefer tampons over pads, if you're wondering, but I would get organic, and I have in the past, and I think I have some in the bathroom just in case there's a visitor and they need a tampon. I got you. You will sometimes get insecure about your body and compare yourself with other people. So, I would be lying if I said this wasn't true. I feel like as I've gotten older, I compare myself less and less. When I was younger, oh my goodness, I had so many insecurities. I'd be like, I didn't like my nose. I didn't like my feet. I didn't like my, I don't know, lots of things, like my boob size. But as I've gotten older, I just really have just started to love every part of my body. And yeah, sometimes I compare myself to other people, but I try not to let that sit in for too long. I'm like, oh, I'll just appreciate something on someone else's body. Like they have a really nice stomach, they have really nice arms. And if anything, I'll use that as motivation for myself in the gym, or just to continue eating and living a healthy lifestyle. Not that it's only for the physique side of things, but I just try not to judge or compare, more so just appreciate and be like, damn girl, you got a nice booty, instead of why is my booty so flat? And I feel like when you appreciate your body more, you start to build confidence. I do feel like being on YouTube actually has built a lot of self-confidence for me, because you just see yourself so much on camera and stuff, and you become like desensitized to it almost, and you're like, yep, that's my nose, yep, that's, I don't know, those are my arms, like whatever it is. I think that you become like less critical, or maybe for some people it's the opposite. Maybe they become more critical because they're always seeing themselves. But I feel like if you're someone who rarely takes photos of yourself, when you are gonna see a photo, you're gonna be super critical. So I think it's important to take selfies, maybe do a photo shoot, and just become, you know, have a healthy relationship with your body. I feel like as I've gotten older, you know, I'm 30 now, and I love my body more than ever. And if someone was to say something rude or mean about my body, like it wouldn't affect me as much as it did years ago. I remember, you know, in school one time kids said that I had a boy tease me that my hair was oily or something. I had really oily hair when I was younger. And like now, I think it's funny. I'm like, yeah, I wash my hair like once a week. And if it's oily, I'm like, I don't care. If someone was to say, your hair's kind of greasy looking, I'd be like, yeah, I know, I need to wash it. It's not, you know, like it doesn't bother me as much as it did. And you are only you can attach emotions to words. So if someone says something, you can easily just brush it off. And even if you say it to yourself, like don't let it stick. Just be like, yeah, I love my body. It's amazing, and yeah, that's it. You want to live on a farm. Yeah, this is true. Both Matt and I would love to build our own home one day, and we definitely want property. We want acreage. We want to have I would love to have like a little hobby farm of like chickens and some animals, and obviously we'd have to have like people helping us to take care of them, because like neither one of us really knows how to take care of animals. But it would be a really fun experience, and I just love being out in nature. I didn't grow up in nature a lot, but I crave it. I know that when I'm disconnected from nature for too long, I feel the difference in my body and just emotionally. And both Matt and I, like, we want to have a beehive, we want to have chickens and have our own eggs, and like we want to just have like property to like roam around in the backyard for when we have kids. And I guess, yeah, that's definitely something. I don't know if it's like a full-on farm, but like I would love to have like a garden and like a farm-ish property, if that makes sense. So, and maybe near some water. I'm getting like greedy now, but that's the dream, you know? Okay, so speaking of kids, I'm getting a lot of questions about, we'll say this one. I assume you don't want to have kids, even though you seem like you would be a bomb mama. Well, thank you very much. I agree. I'm a bomb auntie, so no, Matt and I definitely want kids. It's funny because like we get this a lot. There's a lot of questions about it, and we definitely want kids. 30 was kind of my year that I thought I would either be pregnant or trying for a kid. So we're definitely having the conversation more and more, and it's definitely something that's really important to us. And when the time is right, it's right. And but yeah, we definitely want kids. I feel like my life would be incomplete if I wasn't a mom. So definitely kids. So I like this one. You care about your spiritual and emotional health above all other health spectrums. So I think this is a really interesting one because it's kind of true, I guess. Like I really do, when it comes down to it, my mental and emotional health is more important to me than the food that I eat and how much I exercise. Like when people ask me like, oh, why do you go to the gym? Like, are you trying to lose weight? It's really because of my mental health. I'm trying to support and basically support, because I know when I work out, I feel mentally happier, calmer, and just more clarity. And that is my goal, I guess, when it comes to food, exercising, meditation. It's all about mental health. I think mental health is always just taken for granted and overlooked. But if you are not healthy mentally, I mean, it doesn't matter if you have a six-pack. It doesn't matter if, you're the hottest person on the earth. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be able to function in life. You're going to be struggling with anxiety. There's so many mental illnesses that are so scary and can really impact the quality of your life. I just think that it is something that we really do need to spend some time focusing on, and just really supporting that aspect of health. So when I look at health, it's a holistic approach, and I think mental health is definitely high up there. So I do agree that I probably do rank it higher than anything else. You would never buy hair extensions. Oh, funny story. When I was younger, I bought like, I think it was real hair. No, at one point it wasn't real hair. I've had like random extensions put into my hair. My best friend Yvonne, she's like really good with like braiding and stuff. And I remember when Christina Aguilera was like when she had like those like black and blonde extensions in and they would be braided and stuff. I remember we were like playing around with that. And I think, oh wait, so she did Christina Aguilera. What did I do? Oh, I think I just did brunette. And, oh, but I did do at one point like some blonde clip-in streaks. I don't know, it wasn't a really good look. Maybe I can find a photo of me wearing them. And yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But I used to have these clip-in extensions of just, the ones I would wear all the time, they were real hair and they were just brunette. And I would wear them all the time. My hair was so thick, I would curl it, put it up. And I was like loving life. And I think I still have them laying around somewhere. I don't wear hair extensions anymore. I just don't like stuff that's too high maintenance, hence why I don't have eyelash extensions. Like not being able to rub my eyes, I think would bug me. And in terms of would I get hair extensions, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. I would just be worried that it would ruin my current hair and like pull some out pull some out and I would lose some. But also too, I guess if I was to get it, I would just get like good quality ones or clip-ins. I don't know. I never say no to anything, but I just don't like things that are too high maintenance. So, but I love the way they look, and sometimes I think, oh, should I get them? But that passes pretty quickly. You can speak fluent Portuguese. So when I was younger, we actually lived at my grandparents' house for quite a while because I haven't really talked about this, but like my parents had me when they were split up. So I basically, when I grew up at my grandparents for a bit because we moved in there, and I basically lived at my grandparents up until I think I was 4 years old. And my grandparents immigrated here from Portugal, and they obviously speak fluent Portuguese. They actually speak really good English too. And I grew up with them, and I understood Portuguese, I was speaking it, and I would say that like ever since they retired and went back to Portugal like a few years ago, I mean, it's probably been like 10 years that they've been in Portugal now. I can't remember. But now that they're not here full time, my Portuguese has definitely decreased, and it makes me really sad. I really want to either do like some tutoring or like use like an app or something to kind of reignite that Portuguese in me. But I definitely understand it pretty fluently, unless someone's speaking really fast or they have a really thick accent that I'm not used to. But I probably could get by if I went to Portugal, or when my grandparents are here, I start to pick it up more and more. But yeah, in my head, I know it fluently, but like when it comes out, it doesn't sound very, very good. So it's more so that I get self-conscious about speaking it, especially when your family members criticize you on how you say things. I'm sure you guys can relate if you're like a second generation and you are trying to speak the language and everyone's like, that's not how you say it. So it definitely decreases my confidence when it comes to speaking Portuguese. But I know they're just like trying to help, but also too like it makes me not want to speak it as much, which isn't the best thing, but yeah, so hopefully that answered the question. You are a dog person. So I actually grew up with 3 hamsters and 2 cats, not all at the same time. And I never had dogs. Well, my dad who didn't never lived with us, or me, he had a rescue dog. It was a German Shepherd named Bella. She eventually did run away, which was really sad. So, you know, I had her for a little bit, which was kind of like I pretended I had a dog. I'm like, my dad has a dog. But yeah, I definitely want a dog now though. So I'm hopefully in the near future. Matt like grew up with like 3 dogs. He always had dogs in his family. So I know he is a big dog person. You're a homebody, and also this is fact, your videos are amazing. Well, thank you very much. I'm actually not a homebody. Even though I work from home, it was actually one of the things I was most scared about when leaving my full-time corporate job. I love being around people, and so being at home by myself all the time is quite a struggle for me. And I've gotten into like my own rhythm and routine of things, and I make sure that I'm not just like home for 5 days in a row working from home by myself. So I'll make sure to switch it up. Like some days I'm in the city for meetings or just like appointments and stuff. Other times I'm like visiting friends or family, or Chloe's over filming, or Andrea's over helping with recipe testing. I really try to switch things up because I love being around people, and I get cabin fever quick. Like my ideal vacation would not be just like hanging out in a cottage for a week. I would have to like go into town. I'd have to leave the cottage at one point. Otherwise, yeah, I really do get this like anxious feeling. I'm like, I need to get out. And even sometimes when I'm home for too long, like Matt will come home from work. And I'm like, we need to go for a walk. We need to leave, go for a drive, anything. Like I just can't be home all the time. That being said, I definitely, now that I do work from home, obviously it's been almost 2 years, I've gotten, like I said, I've gotten into a rhythm, a routine. So I don't hate it as much as I once did. I actually do kind of enjoy being at home more, but only because it's like really cold and wintry right now outside. So I'm like, thank goodness I don't have to commute. But I do love being out and about and stuff. So I definitely wouldn't say I'm a homebody. In any social situation, people gravitate towards you. You are not shy. So this is true, I would say. I definitely, even Matt says all the time, if we go to a social thing, he's like, oh, like you're great at talking to people. If you're there, like it'll be easy to spark conversation if we're like at a networking thing. I do think that, you know, people gravitate towards me. I talk a lot. I'm energetic. I think I do bring energy to a space. It sounds weird talking about myself like that, but I really do feel that I'm very charismatic. I can really kind of like mold myself to the environment, different people I'm talking to. You know, if I'm talking to someone who is more shy, I'm not gonna be like, hi, I'm Nikole, blah, 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 in their face. Like I'll adapt and maybe talk quieter, let them talk a bit. And yeah, I think I'm usually a talkative person in social situations. So there usually is a group of people around me. I'm usually with the other talkative people. So we just like we can just like sense each other in a room, I'm sure. You have a university degree. So I actually have an advanced diploma. I went to college, not university. They're different in Canada. I know like college in the States is university, and then it's like community college, I think. So yeah, I went to college. So I have an advanced diploma because I went for 3 years. Usually college can be as little as 2 years. And I went to George Brown College on King Street in Toronto, and I loved it. Such a great experience. And it was really practical, hands-on experience, and I really enjoyed it. So I wouldn't change my secondary schooling experience. I really loved it. Something led you to this lifestyle. What was it? What did you overcome? So this is actually a really great one because I do feel like when people are in a specific type of field, something did trigger them to kind of go into that path. And for me, you know, it probably was my mental health. I definitely struggled more with anxiety in my mid-20s, but anxiety has been in my life since I was pretty young. So I would say that I quickly, at a young age, started to realize the connection between food and lifestyle and how it makes you feel. So I would definitely say if there was some kind of something that triggered me to go into the path of health, was mental health. And that's still something that's really important to me, and it's something that drives and motivates me to live a healthy, active lifestyle, because I see the differences that they make in my own personal life when I do follow that path. Oh, this one's funny because I'm actually wearing it. Your favorite color is golden yellow. By the way, it looks good on you. I feel like this is mustardy golden yellow. Funny enough, I was wearing mustard before it like even became popular. Not that I'm trying to say like I'm the one that brought it back, but like it was a color that I would wear and you just wouldn't see it a lot. And then all of a sudden in the last like year or so, it started like popping up everywhere. And I was so happy because I do really love wearing mustard yellow, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite color. Favorite color is turquoise, although I don't really wear turquoise. It's just a favorite color of mine. But thank you. I feel like I definitely have a lot of mustard in my wardrobe right now. A lot of people asking if I'd rather live in the US, and I would say no, not full-time at least. I would only live in the US if it was like a part-time home, maybe somewhere we went during the winter months in Canada, somewhere hot like Florida or LA or something. I couldn't see myself living away from family, even if it was like for better weather. But I love Canada. I mean, Matt and I lived in Australia for almost 2 years, and you know, I thought we might live there, but I really, being away that far away from home for that long did help me realize how much I love Canada. Despite the crazy weather sometimes, I love that we get all 4 seasons, and it just makes you appreciate the summer even more. You have always been in good shape. Physically, take it as a compliment. So this one, I guess like the easiest answer is I've pretty much always been the same size, which is I guess what you're saying. And I realize like I'm very fortunate for that. Not everyone, a lot of people fluctuate a lot. And although like I do notice if I don't eat healthy and I don't exercise and tone up and stuff, like I'll feel a little bit like flabbier in certain areas. The overall shape of my body has really always stayed the same, probably since I was like in grade 9. No, I'd say like my hips have definitely widened. Like I used to be super straight and skinny, and now I definitely have more curves, but the overall like shape is pretty much the same. Like I'm still the same boob size. I would just say like my hips are a bit wider because like I can't put on jeans that I wore, 10 years ago. Nor would I want to. Like I like my curves, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that. You've gotten a Brazilian wax. So I used to always get Brazilian waxes most of my life until we were living in Australia. And for those of you who don't know, like Brazilian wax is like a bikini wax, but like the whole thing. So I didn't find them that painful. I don't know, I feel like I have a high pain tolerance, or I did at that point anyways. It was just like, I hated shaving. I just hate shaving anywhere. So if I could just wax and then not have to deal with hair for a longer period, I'm all about it. But I basically did Brazilian waxes up until I was living in Australia. I did a set of laser hair removal and I did a few sessions. I didn't finish it, so I'm not completely hair free in those areas, but I definitely want to continue. So the thing is, if you start laser hair removal and then you start to do waxing after, you will re-stimulate the hair follicles and stuff. So I just have stopped. So I don't wax anymore, but I find like the hair is thinner. I don't get any ingrowns. It's like, it has changed the amount of hair growth in those areas. So it's still, I'm glad I got it done, but I definitely would like to continue and finish that. You are super lovey and dovey towards Matt off camera. This is very true. He is more like, I don't know, he's just like more serious than me. And I kind of like it because I know his like soft side, and I know I can be like mushy and gushy with him, and I think he secretly really likes it. But yeah, definitely off camera, I am all the mushiness, and sometimes I just like want to cuddle, and I'm definitely very affectionate. Like I need that like cuddle, kissing, still being like you're a high school sweetheart, even though we've been dating for like over 10 years. I definitely need that in my life because it's just part of my personality, but I think Matt really likes it too, even though he never like acts annoyed about it. I think he likes it because he's not always like that. It takes more effort for him to be like that. Matt has his moments where he is so romantic and gushy and stuff. I just have to like warm him up to it. So it makes it even that much more special when Matt does do it, because he doesn't do it all the time. So it's like you gotta work for it with him. All right, so I think that was the majority of them. This was so much fun. It was actually really entertaining. I definitely want to do more of these. Like I said, I want to do a relationship one with Matt, because I think there are so many things about a relationship people assume based on what they see on social media and kind of the highlights. So I would love to give you guys the nitty-gritty on our relationship. So maybe I'll do another one on Instagram before we film that. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you are following me on Instagram so you can participate. You can just follow me here at Your Health Nut. I post every day on like social Instagram stories and on my feed, so lots more healthy inspiration on there as well. And if you aren't subscribed to this channel, if you made it to the end of this long video, I love you guys so much. Please subscribe down below, and I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my channel, so lots of videos for you guys to check out. Let me know in the comments down below what you were most shocked about in this video, if there's something you discovered about me that you didn't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this chatty video, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye, guys.